Welcome all to a new video. Today, we will see how we can center an element, vertically and horizontally using CSS. For this, I am using a container class wrapping the content. I will use a placeholder image as content. We will check various options in CSS to position an element, both vertically and horizontally. So let's get started. First, I will use display table and table cell properties for positioning the element. Before that, I will add some general styles, like removing the body margin and adding width and height to the container. I am using 100 VH and 100 VW as height and width respectively. For this example, I will set the display property of the container as table. I will use text align center to center the child element horizontally. Let us style the content wrap class now. For horizontally centering this element, I will set the display property as table cell and vertical align as middle. This will bring the element to the center of its parent. Though it does our job, but definitely not the most preferred way. Let's check how we can do this with position absolute. This will work only if we have a fixed width and height on the child. Before that, we need to set position relative to the parent. I am using a 400 pixel of width and height to the child. And then set position absolute obviously. Then we need to add a negative 50% to the left and top positions. Now we can see that the element's start position is centered. To position the child at the dead center, we need to divide the width and height of the child element by half and set that value as negative to the margin top and margin left. Let us set a background color to the child element to see if it is working or not. See? The child element is centered now. But it's kind of double work to get this thing to work. Let us use the same method, now without setting a fixed width and height to the child. Now instead of margin left and right, we will use transform translate property to center the element. We need to set the x and y as negative 50%, which will center the child element to the center. This will work even if we don't have a fixed width and height to the child. Now we'll see if we can center the child only by adding CSS to the parent. We will use display flex property for this, with the help of align item center and justify content center properties. See, it's so simple now with Flexbox. We don't even have to worry about the child element or its dimensions, same is possible if we change the display flex to grid. And if we are using display grid, we can omit the align items and justify content properties and add a single property instead. That is place item center, which will give us the same result. Finally, one more thing to add here. We can remove the place item center property from the parent, and add margin auto to the child, which will again give us the same result. Now that we know a lot of ways to position an element to the center, let me know which property are you going to use in the comments section below. Hope you liked this video! If yes, consider subscribing! Until we meet next time, goodbye and stay safe!